Hey everybody, it's Chris Campbell. We are at Summer Fancy Foods 2025. I got my friend Logan Zweifel with me from Food Export, and we're going to be taking a little walk here. But before we start, how's the show going for you so far?
So far, we're off to a great start. We got a lot of suppliers here, and there's high energy around the floor right now.
Awesome. Speaking of the floor, let's go for a walk and take a look around.
Let's do it.
All right, cool. So I think the first question I have for you, Logan, is just taking a look, Summer Fancy Food, if you're a supplier, what's the major benefit for coming to this show in particular?
I think a huge benefit here is just being physically in person. There's so many different business interactions that happen at a show like this. Could be finding a new sourcer, could be finding a new buyer. There's so much benefit to being in person here at a show like Summer Fancy.
Yeah, I find that across the spectrum, being in person, especially in the post-pandemic period, right, really special to be able to come to, an actual show. As we're walking here, obviously going past a lot of booths, what would you say is a, important strategy aspect when you're, a small supplier looking to maybe get into international markets? Do you have any strategies for the booth construction and kind of display?
Yeah, I think the first thing is going to be the visual appearance. So making sure that you have booth and a booth color that pops out and grabs the attention of everybody here at the trade show. A big part too is going to be sampling your product, making sure you have high energy, you're getting out there, and you're really promoting your brand in a positive light.
Yeah, and I think it's also a really great opportunity to kind of have your personality come through, right? It's an opportunity not just to have that product packaging, but if you're a founder or even just someone that's important to the business, right, to be able to actually meet with these people.
Of course, yeah, it's a great opportunity to learn who you might be doing potential business deals with.
And I think that kind of runs into our next question. What's the vibe like when one of these suppliers gets to meet with an international buyer? Have you been able to see any kind of moments like that, maybe something special with one of the companies you work with?
Of course, yeah. As we've mentioned before, we have buyers missions at these events, so it's great to kind of start the footprint with international buyers. But there are so many more buyers here that just walk the show and attend the show. So it's a great opportunity to get more exposure that way and maybe continue some of those conversations from some of the buyers mission meetings that happen. Being able to draw in some of these international buyers and catch their attention is very important, and it's very exciting to see how those conversations go when they get into the nitty-gritty details of things.
It's really awesome. I'd like to kind of draw back a little bit. I know right now we're at Summer Fancy Food, but I know Food Export works a lot with different organizations, and you go to a lot of trade shows. So I'm just wondering, from a top level, when you take a look at, a lot of the supplier companies you work with, how important is it for them to be on the floor for shows like this, but not just this show, other shows as well?
Yeah, there's so much that happens here at a show like this. It's a great way to learn about industry trends. It's a great way to promote your brand, of course. That's why people are here. But it's all of the intangible things that you learn here too. You're picking up on how packaging could be changed or how your product could be presented in a different light from the marketing side of things. There are so many different benefits to suppliers here that just go past the traditional business deals.
Very cool. And I guess one of the questions, a little bit maybe more personal, but what kind of sense of pride do you have when you get to help these companies as they're, trying to spread their wings, get out of the U.S. market, and try to get into these international markets?
Yeah, a great sense of pride, honestly. That's why we do what we do at Food Export. We're so passionate about helping these small and medium-sized companies expand their footprint globally and really get the word out there about what their product is and what the benefits are. A lot of these companies we work with have different stories that really enlighten why a brand is doing what they're doing, and it's very exciting to be a part of that. And at Food Export, we have a lot of work with partnerships too to kind of help make the opportunities even greater for some of the suppliers we work with. So when you're working with Food Export, you're not just working with us and our friendly team, you're working with all the partnerships and all the connections that we have as well.